Oh, did I do it? Okay. Oh, awkward beginning, right? Hi, it's Sam and I'm vlogging and I keep forgetting to look at the little itty bitty little camera right there. I keep looking right next to it. So apologies if I'm like looking past you, but vlog today because I'm still working on my book and I don't really have time to draw. I'm sorry if I'm like shaking. I'm not a vlogger and we're gonna vlog today. So what am I vlogging about today? Well, it's gonna be random crap, but also I'm going to one of the crappy parks nearby and I'm gonna be taking some stock photos. Yeah, so I figured since I uploaded those two tutorials on Creative Commons and public domain, I would show you guys what I do when I take a bunch of stock photos, and by a bunch I mean, oh my god. I have like over 500 right now that I haven't uploaded on my stock account yet. Like, oh my god, I have a lot of photos and I take a lot. It's a problem. It's a real problem. Okay, so I got my camera and I apologize in advance, but I'm gonna be talking a lot about camera stuff in this just because it's really related to taking stock photos. So I'm gonna put on my shoes, get my keys. I had a brain fart and a plane just flying by distracted me. And we're gonna go to a park. Yay! So I went the wrong way, but I made it. It just took a little bit longer than I was expecting. But I'm at the park, and it's not a great park, whatever. I'm gonna do like textures today, so that's close-up stuff, so I don't need anything decent looking far away. So like tree bark and concrete and blah blah blah. But I figured I'd take this moment to explain my love for stock photo taking and yeah, contributing to the Creative Commons community. And if you guys haven't watched my video on Creative Commons and public domain, like, I recommend it like a lot, not just because, you know, it's my videos and like, oh, give me views and stuff. No, because I think the information is valuable and useful, and it's a topic that I'm really interested in. So yeah, I take stock photos. I've been taking stock photos for years now. I used to use a Pentax WG1 because it was like kind of like, you know, your first camera. Like, I've used and borrowed my dad's cameras before because he's a huge camera buff. So it was kind of like my first camera, and it was really exciting, and it was also one of those that you could take underwater, which was really cool. So, but the quality, like if you oh my gosh, the quality, if you compare it to my camera right now, which is the Nikon D3300, is such a huge difference. When I bought my new Nikon 2 years ago, I can't remember. I think it was like early 2014, I want to say. Anyway, so I got my new camera and I went out with my brother because he's also like a major camera buff. Like, it runs in the family, I guess. I brought my Pentax with me and my Nikon and to take the pictures of like the same stuff, just because I had no idea like what this camera stuff was. So you can see the difference of what that Pentax was compared to the Nikon. And it was insane. Like, it was freaking insane, the difference. Like, my camera right now is way freaking better than the Pentax, but it was still worthwhile to get the Pentax. So like, to have that experience of learning how to use that camera and just learning the process of taking pictures and videos and stuff. So totally worth it. But here's my camera. Yay! It's a little bit beat up, but you know, that's what happens. And also this happened, like, yeah, so my lens is 18 to, it's just the stock one that came in the kit. It's the 18 to 55 millimeter, and I would so kill for an 18-200 or 18-250. And my dad's actually letting me borrow his 10 to 20. 10 to 20, I didn't even know it went below 14. He gave me the lens and he's like, oh, it's this one, and I look at it and I'm like, what? Because I didn't know how low, like, I'm learning more about this camera stuff, especially recently, and I saw that there's like a 14 millimeter, and I'm like, wow. And I looked at Nikon's website to see what the pictures would look like in 14, and I was like, whoa. And then my dad just hands me a freaking 10 millimeter, like it's no big deal, and I'm like, for you guys who understand, like, it's the length of the lens, so like, pretty much it's the zoom. Like, that's the easiest way to explain it. So, let me get my camera again. Hold it with my chin. The thing that makes this turn, that's the zoom. This is 18 and then it goes up and up and up until 55, and 55 means you're zoomed in. So the higher the number, the more zoomed in, and the lower the number, the more zoomed out. And when you get like really low numbers, things start to look weird. And that's why I was surprised when my dad said he had a 10 to 20, because it really warps stuff. But you're increasing the angle of how much it can see. So when you get really low, it's like a little fisheye-ish. That's the best way I can describe it right now. So I'm getting lost in camera talk, sorry. So I take stock photos because as an artist, I always appreciated people giving me stock photos and taking stock photos for me to use with my artwork, and it's just been super useful. And I just started taking pictures. I remember some of my early stock photos, like when I was starting to be like, okay, I am taking stock photos for the purpose of them being stock photos. It's kind of a cool experience now after doing it all these years. It's just, I've taken all of these pictures and it's just really cool to be able to like, and just getting comments of like, oh, I used this and this was helpful or whatever. It's cool. And it's also helpful for me because I use my stock photos. It goes along with my thing of like, I really like helping people. So taking stock photos and like doing tutorials. Sorry if I keep looking out the window. It's like there's people, and it doesn't look like there's people like over here, but like there's people outside, okay? And I'm anxiety. Oh, so like the reason why I made a YouTube channel and doing all these videos and tutorials, because it helps people and people tell me it helps them, and that makes me happy because I like helping people. So that's why I like taking stock photos. I've talked enough. I'm gonna go take some stock photos. I seriously don't know how people go out and just vlog and like not care about people listening. It's awkward. So what's more embarrassing than taking random stock photos in front of other people? A bee chasing you while you're trying to take random stock photos in front of people. And there's this guy in this spot that I want to take a picture. So, didn't really get all the pictures I wanted. I'm gonna blame the bee. Very territorial, but it's alright, I understand. Got out of his space pretty much as quickly as possible. Tree bark, tried some grass stuff, didn't really work. I never claimed to be a professional here in terms of stock photos. But yeah, these aren't like super great, but you know, they're mostly supposed to be for a drawing reference anyway, so that's kind of my excuse when they don't turn out super good. Kind of difficult to do this with one hand holding my phone and the other holding the camera. So I just get down on my knees, bring the camera close. Since I don't have like a big zoom lens, I have to rely on the 55, so I have to get physically closer to it. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do. I go around and I try and find something that's interesting to take a picture of. It's hard to know if your pictures turn out okay until you get them on a computer. Get away from me. There's bees all over this park. Yeah, I pretty much just look around a lot first. Sometimes if like I'm kind of just like I want to take pictures mood, I'll just take pictures of a bunch of stuff and just trash whatever I don't like later. But a lot of the times I try and look for something that is potentially useful. Like I don't go out to make these things artistic or like meaningful in some way. Like they're pretty much, they just are what they are. Like I said, not super pro, barely know how to use this thing, but doing my best. I still think these things can be useful. So I'm just gonna take a few more and I'm probably gonna call it a day. Back in the car, all done. Well, all done, and like I said before, I still didn't get everything that I wanted to get, but still gonna blame the bee and that random guy who just kept standing around that same spot that I really wanted. If you guys didn't like this, like, no worries. I'm probably not gonna do very many of these kind of things, but I mean, I wouldn't mind like doing a vlog every now and again. That's why I figured I was gonna vlog today, because like one, I wanted to take stock photos, like I needed any more. Like how many do I have in my laptop? Still waiting to be uploaded. A lot. It's never gonna end. I'm still catching up on stock that I took in 2015. It's ridiculous. I have a real problem. It's like a legit problem, and I won't even use like more than half of these ever in my life, and I'm pretty sure like almost no one uses these things anyway, but I keep taking them. It's a problem. But it's fun though. It is really fun to go out and use my camera and like play around with settings and just take random photos. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and like drive home. Alrighty, so I am home. Yay! I guess I'll show you guys a bit of like the behind the scenes of the whole stock photo process. So here's a bunch of pictures that I took. Basically what I do is I just go through them one by one, delete the ones I don't like, and save the ones I do like. Bunch of pictures I took of random stuff I don't even know what I'm keeping or getting rid of yet, so I go through that. Alright, so this is my stock account. Woo, so exciting. Yeah, a shit ton of deviations. This is just some of the ones that I have on here, and look at this. Alright, can't really focus, but that's 68 megs out of 2 gigs are available. There's more. There's more than this. This will probably be like a year before I get to start to even get to the ones that I've taken in California. I wasn't sure if people were gonna ask like, oh Sam, you're doing a vlog on stock photos, and did you upload them? Are you gonna upload them? Yes, I'm gonna upload, and it's probably not gonna go up till like next year. I'm trying to upload like 2 a day to catch up, because it's ridiculous how far behind I've gotten. I need to upload them in order. And there's one that I entered into a contest that I took like last week. So I uploaded it before the other stuff, and it hurts me like physically, like it's driving me nuts that it's in my gallery, and I'm so tempted to delete it just so I can re-upload it when it's supposed to be uploaded so it's still in order. But I'm gonna have to deal. There's gonna have to just be one that's out of place, and I'm just gonna hate myself for the rest of my life because of that. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I do. I go out, or sometimes I even stay home, because you would be surprised about the things you can find at home that you can take stock photos of. Like, I just did that recently for getting some exclusive stock for my patrons. I just went around my house and took texture photos of wooden objects or wooden frames or just wood-like things, because the theme I was going for was wood. But you can take stock photos of pretty much anything, and you never know what somebody's gonna need. And I try and always take pictures whenever I go on like trips too. Like when I went to Japan with my brother, I took photos there. I didn't take as many as I would have liked, because you know, you're in Japan, it's a little bit distracting. You don't always think like, this would make a good stock photo. It's more like, I'm in Japan! So like stuff like that. Like I try and take my camera on trips and take pictures when I'm there, just because I know not everybody always has the opportunity to go places, so I'm like lucky there. It's also, it's complete advantage to take pictures of something that I don't normally, like I'm not normally surrounded by, like skyscrapers. Yeah, so that's like another reason why I take stock photos, is because like not everybody has access to the things that I have access to. Whenever I see something, I try and take out my camera, if I have it with me. If not, I use my phone as like a nice backup. And so if you guys like want to take stock photos, like I totally recommend it. You don't need like a fancy camera. If you want to get in on the stock photo train and join me on our wonderful mission of providing resources for people. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, if you guys have like stock photos or just stuff that you would like me to take stock photos of, I'm kind of more into like the photography stuff right now, but I don't mind doing things like textures, brushes, stuff like that. So feel free to leave suggestions in the comments below. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.